And I'm sitting here thinking like, man, who are we sitting next to right now? Like this is so interesting. And then she goes on and she says, when I was 48, I decided I was going to leave my husband. I was a stay-at-home mom. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any money. But I thought I figured I just knew I was going to become an actress and a model. And I'm like, she's like 50 years old.
Right.
I'm like, I mean, you could be.
There's anything can happen.
I'm sitting there like, that's an amazing story. I'm like, I see why, the Today Show wants to cover her life.
Yeah.
I go to her Instagram page or her TikTok page.
18 million.
18 likes on this video.
Mike, you straight from the south side. Mike, I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.
There's so many. Is there even audience members anymore? There is, because people watch content and like it, and there's people that write comments. Do you comment like on any? Are you a regular commenter on any platform? Because I know each platform,
honestly,
you're a different personality. That's the other thing that makes all of us legitimately a little schizophrenic in today's world. Is I'm a different nigga depending on the platform. Like when you're texting with somebody,
LinkedIn.
when you're texting like somebody from your job, you put the G at the end of all of your verbs. When you're texting
or white women.
Dudes, yeah, when you text white women is WHAT. and your dudes, it's what up, you old bitch. Hey, ugly ass boy.
You're not wrong. You're not even a little bit wrong.
So are you a regular commenter on any of your...
Yeah, because, okay, so, like, there is some algorithmic value to commenting on shit because it helps the algorithm know, like, what
responding to comments that are on your thing, yeah, sure, of course. Interaction.
Other people's
but
comments.
commenting on other people's.
Yeah, because, like, what I'll do is, because it's, like, free publicity, right? So, like, I'll have... Damn, I'm really giving sauce away here, but fuck it. Anybody gonna do it but a motherfucker that I would probably like.
Even
anyway.
if you give the game to somebody, they have that saying from like the year 12. You can lead somebody to water, but you can't. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, look, so I'm a fuck it. You can have all the game you want.
So
look, this is what you do.
Anybody looking for game and is actually gonna use it, you're gonna be successful anyway. So take these gems and best
I'll see
of
you
luck
on the other
to you.
side.
Yeah, sure. Everybody else, it doesn't matter what he says. You're gonna go, oh, that is a good idea. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. You lost.
You gotta write it down.
Yeah.
You go to find a couple pages that you feel like are kind of adjacent to where your fan base would be. There's a few pages that I use. I won't say those pages just because I don't want people to beat me there. I keep on their post notifications, so that way when they post about stuff, I'm able to go and comment first. Mm-hmm. So that way I get the real estate of I got the first couple comments, and then on top of that, I'm also a creator. So when you're a creator, you do get a little bit more preference in your comments, I've noticed. So like say like if you notice, top comments on a lot of videos will sometimes be stand-ups because they're really just tagging up a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if you I've done it before and I've looked back on them and been like, oh, that's a stand-up too. Or that guy does stand. Oh, okay, all right, they see the song. So what I'll do is like, especially like comics who I knew like back when that have blown up, I'll comment on their videos because they might follow me. So then there's more reason for them.
It's another layer to the network.
Yeah, so where they push it more. You know what I mean? Because like it all works on point systems basically. Like there's not like a number it's out of, but it's like I guess you could say the more points the better, right? Like if you know the person at some points, if your comment is worded like comments that have performed well in the past, that helps. Like there's all like these little factors that back in the day felt like they should have mattered. Like in 2011, you felt like all, but it didn't. It was all game in the system in 2011.
Yeah.
Now there's way more. You have the ability to have AI like really take in stuff. So that's what they're doing now. Like you know how Meta laid off their team where they had a like content moderation team. And there was like a 2-3 month period where like the content moderation was bad on Instagram. Like I'm still banned on Instagram Live for a year. I got like 200 something days left. And it was because I made a video about someone else using the NIGGER, hard R, right? So like that one, how do I say this? The moderation it took some time. It's gotten better. Like at first,
Yeah.
it was catching a lot of bullshit, and I had to be like, "Hey, yo, this is bullshit," and "Hey, this is bullshit." But now it's a lot better. So I think people like if you're a young person, not a young person, but if you're somebody like making content, that's my method right now.
Well, it's a young. Young people making content. There is a distinction between age groups, demographics, and whatnot. I have also noticed now you and appreciate you dropping gems like that because you are growing a following on your social media. Like you have it down. I think one of the dangers with people in my because everything you just said was sound and solid through and through, and I think some of the danger with like folks from my generation, so every generation you're automatically, it's built into human nature, you're supposed to be the senior advisor to the people below you.
Yeah.
And as long as the rules to the game don't change, that's just what it is. Like you're all right, boom, I already went through there, I walked through those doors, opened up a couple of other doors. With the internet, that changed the rules. And you're in a position, even though you're wildly younger than me, your knowledge base on the internet, because you were born with it. I watched it happen, but I'm still, I got 1 foot in my generation that was without it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
1 foot in watching it happen. You're born with it. It's written in your code. Like you don't even have to think twice. It's been there as long as your memory's been working. And it's hard. It can be hard for somebody from my generation X to come over to somebody, a millennial, and be like, "Hey, show me how to," and basically put myself, submit to your knowledge, and be like, "Oh, okay. And I'm a black belt in the real world by age, but I'm really a yellow belt to this whole internet thing. Can you teach me, younger than me person?" And if you're not ready to put your ego in check and be like, hey, to get good at something, I need to go talk to the experts, you bound to drizzle.
To what you said, I got a great story that I like to tell because like my generation, people, older people, I think in comedy look at me as like the younger generation and like this TikTok generation.
Yeah.
But honestly, TikTok came out after I was an adult. Like I was an adult with TikTok. TikTok is like my little sister generation. Mm-hmm. So like, sorry. So like with when it comes to TikTok, when I was started out comedy, I was against like posting stuff. I wasn't really into the posting on social media. And there was a younger cat when I was making music. The pandemic happened. I was like, I just wanted to do live shows of music. Like I just wanted to like mosh pit. I just wanted to rage. Like I just wanted to do that. Like,
I'm sorry to cut you off. Please remember where you at. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back with the Real Rap Podcast. We started getting like a little too deep, and I was not gonna do this in time. A lot of this still has to make the cut. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is young comic extraordinaire, blowing up the scene, blowing up social medias. Tamir, could you say hi to our listener viewers and everybody?
What's up? Tamir Bryant.
What's happening?
Great to meet you guys.
All right, let's go. And or episode 52. It doesn't matter. I always get it wrong. So back to where you were.
No. So basically, I was making music. I just wanted to mosh pit, right? I just wanted to rage. I just wanted to turn up. And eventually I was like, growing back then was a lot of like hacking methods. You had to like, you were doing like what Soulja Boy was doing in 06 still, or 08 still, or no, 06. With Crank That, where you were like lying about the name on SoundCloud like he was on LimeWire, where he was putting like, yeah, it's a Trick Daddy song.
And he would just put his name. Yeah. I was watching that happen because that would be on anything.
Yep.
Anything. You click on the new whatever song, and it's really
Some
like
guys.
gas station pills. And you're like, wait, what?
And it's crazy because it didn't really update for a long time. So like when I was in it, it was all game in the system, and I was too young. I wasn't like I was making content as a kid, but I wasn't like I did not understand what I was doing, and I was very aware. Like I was like, I'm gonna have to grow up one day because I don't really understand. Like I understand that no one would want to watch this, and then so I just kept kind of going.
What's
back
like
to
the
it.
first internet you remember? You're whatever age, 3, 4, 5, when your memory starts to kick in. What's the first thing? Was it a cell phone? What kind of phone was it? Was it a computer? Was it an old Apple? Like
So being 25, right? My age goes with the years. So
Yeah.
I was 3 in 03.
you was born in a 0 year?
Yeah, I was born in 2000.
Oh man, 80.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
What's up. Yeah, hell yeah. All right.
Yeah, there we go. So so I'm like, 03, I was 3. I was just learning how to use a computer. My mom was like, you ask a lot of questions. You could ask Google some of these questions. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll Google some of these questions. And so then I started using Google, started using like Paint and shit. So like, I remember like Windows 96, and or maybe it was the one before XP. I want to say, was that 96?
That's about that's somewhere around there. Yeah, I mean it's good enough.
So I was like pre-smartphones when I was a kid. It went the
so
big
it's
thing.
Still Nokias and whatnot.
It was the flip phones. It was the
flip phones.
Razors. It was you had the Motorola Razor.
Oh wow!
And then it went.
That's crazy.
Sidekick.
If you said the year, it was still fuzzy to me. Like, what am I doing? Where am I at? Whatever. As soon as you said razors, I was like, oh, I know exactly what the hell is going on in my life.
It's crazy though, cause like hearing my parents talk about no cell phones is crazy to think now.
Cell phones is a bookmark to life. That's crazy.
For me though too, cause I remember when my cousin would pull and I was like, "Can I play Snake on your phone?" And I thought it was the coldest thing ever.
Yeah,
that I could play a video game sitting in the middle of somebody's. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then you had the Sidekick next, then you had the BlackBerry. Then you had, I think it was like iPhone, but iPhone wasn't really something everybody had because it was just AT&T exclusive. And people had like the HTC Evos and stuff like that, and there was some Samsungs here and there, some LGs.
So it was flip phones by the time.
By 5th grade was when smartphones started taking over.
And when did you start taking off on social media with your content?
I started like, I've been doing shit like the whole time outside of when I was playing sports. So like, before high school, I was making content like just like dumbass music videos and shit like that. I didn't know what I was doing. And then after that, it was more like it was all music again, but it was like I was kind of just joking, and then it got serious when I stopped playing football. But then, like, I didn't really understand. I didn't have any success with content until a year ago. Like, I made the Special Olympics joke on my Instagram, and then it just went, like, more viral. Still than anything I've ever done.
Now, when you're in high school, because it's crazy that you just said, like, it trips you out when, like, your mom and them talk about times before the internet and cell phones. But when I'm in high school, the most popular kid is, if you're a guy, the most popular kid's going to be the basketball star, the quarterback, the cool kid that he gets every outfit. Like, he never wears the same outfit for 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The dude that could do backflips off of, like, the second story and land, and he's okay, and he's got good hair. Like, those are the popular dudes. Is that still just? Did you have like a popular on the internet, social media kid at your school?
Oh shit, that's a great question. So, it was still like, oh man, okay. So
you get 500,000 likes on an Instagram reel in high school, you gotta be that. You gotta be that.
Well, I was in high school. There were no reels. Oh. In high school, there weren't reels yet. You just had Instagram. Twitter was the biggest thing.
Did they have Vine or whatever?
Vine, yeah, but Vine was like middle school, early high school, then it died. So it never became like a social construct, if that makes sense.
So nobody was like a social media demon?
No, because there were so few of them. Like, if you think about it, it was like, they're almost like, a lot of them are still around now. Like, it was like Jake Paul, that's like someone who's still, like, he was a Vine guy.
Okay.
You had like, but like the way you'd have like a Twitter celebrity. And we had like maybe 2 or 3 people who I would say were like Twitter celebrities in the area. But like back then, it wasn't like once it went from the following to For You model. That's when we started having people from our high school that were become social media famous. Like, we had a guy was Mud Consumer. He had like over 2 or 3 million on TikTok like in the early days. There's another girl who I played football with, Samira. She's a body positivity influencer. Like, she's like over 1 million views on TikTok. And my high school was like on the football team.
How did that work out?
She played defensive tackle.
Oh, did she get any trucks?
She got playtime, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know she had stats.
Okay, shit.
She was nice.
Shout out
she
to
was
her.
like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like she was like a massive contributor to our team.
Sure.
On the field, but like as a practice squad player, not horrible.
Okay.
Like, not.
She put them pads on. Shout out to her.
Yeah, dude. So like, I don't know. My high school was weird. My high school was. Wait, let me get back into that story.
Yeah, please.
The young guy. So like when I'm making music, guy sends out my video, and it's all gonna relate back.
Yeah.
It's gonna. So he sends out. I sent out a clip of my music, and I'm like, hey, check out blah blah blah. I sent it to like 300 people on Twitter. And I just would mass DM people because there really wasn't a way to like access people who weren't following you because there was no for you. There was no like my degree is in marketing, right? When I started the degree, there wasn't really like a great way for content creators to put their content in front of the exact right person. And that's the biggest thing you talk about in marketing is like right place, right time, right person, right?
Right.
So it created an environment where you basically were doing like TV almost all over again because people had gotten so big and there wasn't really algorithms that worked well enough to show people new content. Then TikTok created that infinite scroll that is basically kind of casino style scroll. But the thing was that it was targeted. So you can now go from you weren't just making stuff so that the people who are even following you would love it. You were making stuff that anybody could love. So it shifted this model. I was still in that. So when I'm DMing this guy, I'm going like, hammering the table. Random kids probably at the time was like 14, and I'm like 21 maybe at the time, 20 at the time. And he's like, yo, this is awesome. I love the music. Can I send you a few beats? I'm like, yeah, no problem. He sends me the beats. I get the beats. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, these are some of the best beats I've ever heard in my life. Like, point blank, period. And I'm rapping on them, and then I'm like, I tell him, I'm like, I didn't have a good mic at the time. My mic sounded like shit, and I told him, like, hey, man, I don't think I can make, like, a good enough song on these beats. Like, I was honestly. And then that was part of me end up getting into comedy. The kid's like, like, you should keep making music, blah, blah, blah. This kid, later on, I'm asking, like, I have, usually people are like, I'm not gonna listen to this kid, right? I don't want to hear what this kid has to say. This kid goes on to then be, he produces a song with Jid that goes, I want to say it's gold. He gets Grammy nominated. He now goes, I want to say Columbia School of Music.
Okay.
Like, so now this kid is like accomplished, right? And this was probably a little bit before this. And I asked him, I'm like, what do I do? He goes, just post. He's like, literally, just post. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't work like that. How are people going to see it? And then I start looking into it, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna do what he told me to do because he's accomplished. You know what I mean? He knows what he's talking about. So I just posted, and then that's how it started for me was just posting. So I just looked at the camera, cut it on, and just tried to figure out what someone might like.
I saw an article too that YouTube, they just made a move where if you've got a no-face account that's basically all just AI, that they're not gonna allow you to monetize anymore. Like the fight for human creators is like started.
Yes, it's very real.
Yeah.
Have you seen that shit that Tyler Perry was building that $800 million studio?
Yeah, of course.
He canceled it. He was talking about this on Rogan. I was like,
that makes sense actually.
I'm like, but think about
Did you see?
Think about how much hubris goes into building a studio to nix it. How much evidence had to be in front of Tyler Perry of like, brother, you won't be using people soon.
When you open up your Instagram, your social medias, I know you're seeing it if I'm seeing it. They got you dig now where the AI could just turn you into Captain Jack Sparrow. You're just acting in front of your phone. You spend money on an $800 million studio. Shout out Cat Williams. I know we just bought that bass. But now if the computer can literally just generate, and it's not even, you don't even need that room, this whole basement full of computer hardware, just busting a fan out and next to a waterfall to keep everything cool. If somebody else is doing it and you just got an app, like, bro, they've already shot like, I think Lady Gaga already shot like a whole like high class music video with nothing but iPhones. I know for a fact, like music, there's B-roll, there's who knows how much gets shot on. Do you know you see the camera equipment I got in here, bro? Even sometimes I've been at gigs where, I'm recording with my production company or whatnot, and hey, for whatever reason, I got to pull out my iPhone and capture like some B-roll or something like that, and I will be damned. And I got like an iPhone 13, And I will be damned if the 13 footage doesn't come out.
I've seen the iPhone footage is insane. It's insane.
In low light situations and whatnot.
The crazy thing to me about the AI is that I really don't think movies are going to have people in it much longer.
They already, I mean, how many are they getting biased now? They haven't had people in movies for a very long time. That CGI the CGI has been around for a crazy amount of time. But the first Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger back in 1980 something had like the stop motion and CGI and cut and paste. But bro, like,
but think about the fact that like, okay, they would put it in front of the green screen, right, or do all, but they would still have to go like get real shots in New York.
Why?
But now they don't have to go get real shots. How many people are losing jobs?
Did you watch? It's too many. It's
how
too
many people? Are,
did you watch? You watched Black Panther, the first one? I saw the behind the scenes stuff.
It's crazy.
It's like the stuff they're CGIing. I don't catch it because it's like, why would you CGI a blue sky with clouds and the sun out?
Or like when they're fighting on that platform and then they show it on the thing and it's just like them laying on that.
Yeah,
it's like them laying on nothing but green. You're like, how do you act like this?
Yeah, bro.
But it makes sense because it felt like it was getting to a point of like, how does someone even act in this situation?
Like when I open my phone and it's like Tyler Perry trying to sell me Bitcoin stock, I'm like, oh, okay, that's CGI, but they're getting really good. Like if it wasn't that his lips are a little weird, like there's still a part of my eyes that naturally catches like human stuff. But how long do I have?
We got like,
not very long.
It's like honestly a couple months left to be honest really now. Because the only way Bontrager told me this, he goes, the only way you're really gonna know now is if it's so good. He's like, that's the only way to know. Is you have to go, oh, this looks too. One of the things I notice now is when the videos where you really can't tell is everything in focus. Like, does it look like a dream where like everything, like, you know what I mean? Where you look up, you're like, oh, that's in focus, that's in focus. Like, how the fuck is the foreground and the background both perfectly in focus? Yeah. That's the I don't I'm excited for AI, but it's definitely gonna make content. It's gonna be the next challenge. It's gonna be the next monkey wrench that you have to navigate as like fake content creators, and
we're just along for the ride, man. It's gonna be interesting. To get back to something we were kind of talking about before the cameras took off. So with the Hulk Hogan thing, right? Because again, my whole life he was just there. You know what I mean? But I used to watch wrestling. I used to watch wrestling before UFC came out, and I mean the very first. Once you watch UFC, it's like, why would I watch wrestling again? Like I don't like they're doing the same thing except one of them's doing it and one of them's WWF. But like when Blockbuster was, this is how old I am. When Blockbuster came out, they were selling the first UFC tapes there ever. Before Dana White, before weight classes, before
when they would have a fat
it would be a
fighter.
Sumo wrestler versus a 116-pound Taekwondo dude, and the Taekwondo dude would win. You know what I mean? Like Butterbean would be in there, fucking Tank Davis, or not Tank Davis, but Tank Abbott. And I used to get my mom to rent those, and my mom would actually watch them with me and whatnot, but I got super into them, and I stopped watching wrestling. But anyway, I used to watch wrestling my whole life, and Hulk Hogan was like a big thing, man. Shout out to Bret Hart and Ultimate Warrior and all that other good stuff. So when I found out he died, I was bummed out about Theo. I was not surprised about Ozzy. Rest in peace to everybody I'm talking about, but Ozzy was on borrowed time. Like, he's had the rabies since like the 70s or whatever.
Has he really had rabies?
He bit a bat's head off, so I just assumed that means rabies. You know what I mean? But damn, when I heard about Hulk Hogan, I was like, damn, man, that stinks, bro. And then the same 24-hour period is when everybody was like, he was a racist and do. And I'm like, wait, what? And I go and I start watching it and I'm like, that's But I've had that happen a couple of times, like we were talking about, where I find out something about somebody. It's like, oh man, his racist dial was turned up.
Yeah, it's really a shame, yo.
Because for you, did you know anything really about Hulk Hogan until he passed?
I knew he was a part of the WWE. He always looked like he was racist to me, so I wasn't really shocked when I found out that he was racist.
The fact that you said that, I've never stopped and looked at him that way. He looks
He looks like he
so racist.
like
Hulk Hogan looks
like I feel like the story would have been if Hulk Hogan wasn't calling his daughter's black boyfriend a nigga.
Everything about Hulk Hogan is the name sounds racist. His look is racist.
Hulk Hogan.
The font on his shirts
Feels racist. It feels like how they said no blacks without saying it.
Oh my gosh. But he used to wrestle with Coco Beware and all that. But I mean, my thing was when we were talking about it is I don't think racism is a switch. That there's people out here that are not racist and some people that are racist. I think it's a dial that everybody starts off at a baseline racism. I think mine is a comfortable 2.3, anywhere between 2.3 and 2.7 is how I walk out the door in any given day. You know, I need, and my 2.7, my 2.7 is really just so I have my stereotypes ready in case I need them.
I had to work on my stereotypes when I moved to Chicago.
You had to upgrade them?
Yeah, because I only knew about white, black people, and Asians and Mexicans. But I only knew the basic stuff. I didn't know the deep cuts like I should have known. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about Polish people. I didn't know how white people have individual slurs based on where they came from on the boat.
Sure.
We just see white people. They just they lose all their culture when they come to the South. They just become white people. And they start using the N-word and making food that's not that good. So unless you're in Louisiana, then the white people could cook. Outside Louisiana, it's questionable.
Because Louisiana, what's the breakdown of Louisiana?
So it's basically like you have South Louisiana, you have what they call Sin-Law, which is Central Louisiana, and then you have North Louisiana. North Louisiana is like...
What's the side that's not to be trusted?
None of them. You should. If you're driving out I-10, make sure you get enough gas in Mississippi to get you to Texas. Don't stop nowhere. Nowhere on that motherfucker.
You don't want to go back down by the bayou, eat some crocodile?
I'm thinking about on I-10. Where could you stop? Not New Orleans. I wouldn't stop in New Orleans comfortably.
Skip right over.
I wouldn't stop in Kenner because that's where all the black people in New Orleans live now that couldn't afford to live there. And they'll really kill you.
They hungry out in Kenner is what you're saying.
Kenner is fine, but like Kenner has, it might have changed now because I heard that the Mexican folks that moved in. It might be different now. But yeah, I mean, you can maybe stop. I wouldn't stop nowhere. I wouldn't stop in Lafayette. I wouldn't stop in Lake Charles. Damn sure wouldn't stop in Baton Rouge. That's where Young Boy and them niggas from.
Yeah.
They will. Them niggas in Baton Rouge, they will rob you and then kill you.
They are no. I have a healthy paranoia for New Orleans. I've been down there before. When I stopped drinking, I went down there. I'd already had a trip booked with some coworkers, and I was down there within the first month of me not drinking. Like within that first 30 days.
That's a good way to test it.
It was the worst experience.
What are you gonna do there?
Nothing at all.
That's why I won't stop drinking because I can't enjoy my hometown.
Nah,
if I ever stop drinking, what am I gonna go back home and do?
Everybody's dancing.
Gumbo sober.
It's mayhem in the streets. It's people trying to shove drinks in my face, and I'm just sitting there like Duncan Pender Hughes. Okay.
And they don't enforce no like street vendor laws.
Not a drop.
You can sell whatever you want on the street.
Every single thing.
As long as you're not on the block of somebody who. Because everything in New Orleans is like still like the 1800s. Like motherfuckers still in the police pockets. Like the motherfucking Lucky Dog.
They're riding horseback and shit.
Like you notice don't nobody sell shit around the Lucky Dog nigga. Probably because the Lucky Dog nigga is gonna tell his police officer friend that he got to come arrest your ass for selling whatever in his block. It's territorial there. Like you'll fuck around and start selling water in the wrong place and get your ass beat
because you want somebody else's water block.
Water block. I swear to God, I done seen that shit here. I was like, maybe I start selling water at the Sox game. I went to the Sox game. I said, oh hell no. I said these niggas got blocks.
Yeah. You out there fighting with bucket boys.
Atlanta got that shit.
They got them two sticks like Raphael from the Ninja Turtles.
Do y'all have that shit where like Atlanta has? Atlanta have them niggas washing your windows and selling water.
I have not seen too many window washers in Chicago, to be honest. No, I don't see it. There's some hustlers that are selling like teddy bears and cotton candy.
That's the Mexican niggas.
And they be out there in the middle of the streets.
Mexicans. I ain't gonna lie. I know they be making real good money in that motherfucker.
They gotta be making decent money.
Cause they ain't paying no taxes on that motherfucker. No disrespect.
They're
but it's
providing.
cash.
They're providing a service. I'm being dead ass, yo.
I mean,
because you drive around the city, you go to the same places, and you see generally the same people, and it's like, yo, you wouldn't be out here holding up all that merchandise if you wasn't making sales.
I live in Brighton Park now.
Yeah.
And I went past. They had
Shout out to the hustlers, no matter what.
No matter of all, just the Mexican hustlers. To be frank, to be honest with you, they're the only ones that manage to not bother you. That's why nobody. That's why nobody gets mad at them, bro. Because they're the only ones that's not bothersome. The rest of they be like, chocolate. They ask you maybe a second or third time, but even black people, they harass you. They go, "You want to buy my?"
Yeah.
Just tell me what you got, and I'll let you know.
Black folks look at you like you owe it. Like, hold on, wait.
It's like, look, sell to the white people.
Hey,
work on your white voice.
The worst face I've ever seen was the one time there was a dude who was like, "Hey, would you mind giving me something to eat?" And I was like, "I don't have any cash. I'm gonna see what I can do." And I went in the store and I actually bought him food and gave it to him. Yo, you've never seen disappointment.
I'm a fucking crackhead. I'm a fucking crackhead. Don't you get it? You get it? I'm not a chips head. I'm not a candy head. I'm not a Gatorade head.
Wait a minute.
I'm a fucking crackhead. Okay? And unless you think another crackhead is gonna exchange this, he's a crackhead too.
I've been out here since 4 a.m. I tell you that I'm hungry and you gave me food. To punch you in your throat.
Do you understand? I'm not hungry for food, nigga. I'm hungry for crack.
I gave it to him. He looked at me with that disappointment, and then he did just a 180 and walked right back in the store to try and get a refund.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
no, he didn't.
I walked off feeling ashamed, like I knew better.
You created a fucking problem. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the dismay on that fucking store owner's face?
I created a customer service nightmare.
Like, this nigga gave it, so it wouldn't even work. Honestly, he probably gave him the money back.
Oh my god.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I actually wish he would have never bought this. Actually,
he might have.
So I'm in Brighton Park, right?
Yeah.
And I walk past. The Mexicans got this. They're having a soccer game, but it's like they're kids and shit. So it's multiple games, like tournament, like AAU basketball shit. These motherfuckers had Al Pastor on the motherfucking rotisserie. If I wasn't on the fucking bus, I swear to God, I would have pulled cash out my wallet. I would have pulled cash out my wallet. I wasn't on that. But if I had someone to be like on time, I would have got off that fucking bus at the corner and then walked over there. I mean, when will you get Al Pastor? I mean, it probably would have gave me food poisoning. That's my problem. I'm too risky with food. I'm way too risky with food.
I usually stay pretty in pocket when it comes to food.
Way too risky.
But street food, it's hard to pass by some of it because it smells good. If it hits you at the right time, it's a wrap.
I will eat anything off the street, and it's a problem. It's a real life problem. I got some elotes from a woman. I don't know if any of that shit has been refrigerated or not.
You just naturally trust that. When a tamale dude walks in the bar at 2:30 in the morning, it's like, how did you read my thoughts?
So I live by where they be getting all that shit from. I live by one of the wholesalers where they like buy it all in bulk.
Oh.
So I just walk in there at like this. So they're open from like midnight to like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll walk in there at like 3 in the morning, hand them $10 and get 5 tacos and walk out. It is the best setup I've ever had in my life. But I realize like Mexican folks, we need to, as black people, we need somebody who really gives a fuck, that has money, that wants to just like, that has an idea. Because what you really need is a motherfucker to set up networks for businesses to exist, right? Because like the biggest issue with black people is we start a business and there's no way for us to only buy the black shit we want to make from other black people. That, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a black person, you want to be the fucking candy lady, you got to go to Costco. Or you got to go to. You don't have the black wholesaler. At least let me speak of somebody in the South specifically.
Sure.
You don't have the black wholesaler who's like, oh yeah, I sell the specific type of cups I know black people like. I sell the specific type of chips I know black people like. I got the green app. But like the Mexican folks, they like legit got wholesalers for like these. They got the vertical integration. I see it a little bit.
I see it a little bit different, right? Because if you was to take everybody's culture and say make it a country, if black Well, it's its own country. Our primary export is like style, influence when it comes to like music or dance or to a large part our comedy, our entertainment. Um, like that's our primary export is basically style, athletics, and I'm not pigeonholing black people.
But no, if you look at
Every culture, their stars shine in every direction. But primarily, our primary, and you could take it to somebody else's culture that when you're in any neighborhood and just about anywhere in America, this culture is in charge of the laundromats, the restaurants, the cooking, the car repair places, the who's driving the city buses or the trains, who's running the high-rise corporate buildings, woo, 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 woo. And it's all a part of the big American fabric. But I think the train has passed a long time ago for black folks to own the nail shops and in the hood or own these hallmarks where black folks spend their money, because there's already people who are entrenched years and decades and generations passing down their storefronts and their woo. Like it sounds good.
We gotta kick them out. I know. Hold on. I'm about to turn into Dr.
Go
Umar
for it.
here.
Go for it. Let me hear it.
But
Umar broke his shit. Shout out to Umar. He played his hand horribly wrong.
He should have took it. What he should have started doing is when he became commercial, he needed to pivot. He needed to pivot and start letting the white man in just a little bit, not too much, but just a little more than what he was, because he was too anti-white man to where they was like, we don't know what to do with you. Like
yeah.
He could have been on CNN if he would have just pulled back on the anti-whiteness. But he was calling them moon crickets and this other shit. You gotta.
When you think you're bigger than what the internet makes and breaks people, if that's where you're making your money. Wherever you can't go to any job and expect to last and make it when the whole time you're telling the CEO, I'm better than you. And the internet, everybody's a CEO. Popularity is a CEO. And when you walk in there and go, I'm better than you, person putting money and viewership in my pockets, you're only going to go so far, because you're right. At a certain point in time, you got to start knocking on other people's doors. And I don't know. What do you think happened? What do you think happened to him? Because even if he had like a rough message,
Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
He just how do I say this? He just didn't. He didn't let the white people. He didn't
was
let the white
being
people
disrespectful.
in.
I think he was being like disrespectful. He had like a disrespectful moment with like a woman in his life as well too.
How so? Oh, you talking about?
Like there was some lady he was involved with. Like you can't say, all right, hey, I don't need any white people, and women, I don't need y'all neither. You're not building a platform for success.
You can't. That's the thing. You can't not include white people and all women. You got to pick one of the two. You can't. One of the two can hate you.
You certainly need
like women can
one
hate
of
you,
those two groups.
But you're gonna need white men if women gonna hate you.
Yeah.
If women gonna hate you, you need white men.
And look,
and you really need
look,
every race of men.
You need everybody. and if you don't want white men, you better make sure you're good to the ladies. Because
this is where I think Umar was right though.
Okay.
I think the thing is with black people, we're missing an opportunity here. Mm-hmm. And the problem is most of our millionaires, a lot of our millionaires are coming from entertainment, and including sports. Let's include sports entertainment.
Yeah.
What happens is
primary.
There's a big a dearth of black products. So if you go to the store, if you notice, there's not a lot of shit that black people want in the stores all the time. There's not a lot of grocery stores that are slanted towards black people, unless you're in a very, very black neighborhood. One of the things I think is the issue is there's not a lot of people who say I'm a black person and I want this I want a very, you know how black people love that nacho cheese, right?
Okay, yeah.
Let's say white people don't buy that nacho cheese as much in this neighborhood. when I go to the store, it's gonna be more expensive because the store is gonna buy less units of that cheese than they would if they had, you know what I'm saying? If they were. So what happens is black people's dollar gets stratified, and then they shop at Target or here or there or that place. So then they only have a couple of the things, and they're more expensive. But what if, let's just say, if Jay-Z wanted to start a brand, and this is just, you just need capital. We're just talking about people with capital. It don't really got to be Jay-Z, and it's not his responsibility to. But what you really need is like how the Mexicans have, where they can go somewhere and get really cheap food that's like very specific shit, because they're using the same meat, same tortillas, blah, 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 but different styles of it. They can go buy it all, and then they can go sell it to the folks who are working on construction sites. Black people need something similar to that, where they can go wake up at 3 a.m., buy their shit, go to the construction site, and sell it to the black people there. What happens is the black people end up buying the food from the other cultures because we don't have the same supply chains that like you know, a lot of these Chinese restaurants, they all got the same supplier. So like the Chinese restaurant in Philly tastes so similar to the Chinese restaurant in Arizona because they all got the same suppliers. And even if it's just the cups or the this or that.
But a lot of it's not just who's getting it right. It was who was first to get it right enough. Because you can go back to Jay-Z. Jay-Z started Tidal. Why is it not around anymore? It's not only because we didn't support it, but not enough people supported it. Why? Because everybody was already on Spotify who got it right enough first. And to make it even double to the point is that Spotify is based in like Switzerland or something like that. So all of us putting money in Spotify's pockets, we're not even supporting American-owned brand. Right? That would be like YouTube, and they have a music thing, but I've never heard anybody. I've definitely been to places, or Apple, but that's not a thing anymore because they were one of the first ones to do it outside of Napster and all them. But the first ones to do the official was Apple Music. Then Spotify came, and they had a better interface. They had a better this, that, and the third, and boom, now that takes off. But we weren't there to support. We weren't there for Jay-Z. And he was like, look, it's my face. I'm with Beyonce. Support this. We got all these artists. And it went nowhere.
But that's where I think black entertainers or black entrepreneurs, because they're in entertainment, they think entertainment product, entertainment. But it's like when Byron Allen bought the Weather Channel.
Sure.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Even though he's come from the background of comedy. It's smart because...
It's neutral.
No, because fucking global warming. The weather's going to get crazier and crazier. If you believe in global warming and you believe that the weather has become a more and more important part of people's lives, then the Weather Channel is the single greatest investment to make, because people are going to want to know what the fuck is going on with these crazy-ass weather events, and they're going to need a place to go check it out. And that's what I think his mindset was on it.
Off the name alone.
He's a little bit misguided in the fact that the medium is probably going to change faster than global warming will.
But he owns the Weather Channel. Just that name alone is sticky. It's a part of the culture.
And I think he leverages to buy other stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't he own? There's another network he owns.
I'm not even sure, but to take it back to what you were just talking. Here's one thing that I understand it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it because I think it has flaws. You go to if you're in the hood and you go to the store. Or it's not a lot of places outside of the hood, you're going to see the rap snacks. And it's going to have like Lil Bow Wow, all the littles from 2000. It's going to have all the littles on the outside of it.
Isn't that a Manny Fresh brand?
You possibly, I
or
believe
Master
you're possibly right. I think so, right? And that does not have cross contamination, like cross-pollination with too many other neighborhoods, too many other brands, too many other places.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go to Schaumburg and see, or pick a subway, Springfield, USA. You're not gonna go there and go to the local Walgreens in a town full of 80% white people, 15% Hispanic, 3% black, and see rap snacks on the shelves. But you know who played it the right way? Was 50 Cent back in the day when he invested in vitamin water. And it had a bunch of brands that were just lemon lime and whatchamacallit and woo-woo, very plain rapping on the outside. And he The most he contributed his thing to was Formula 50. Not Formula 50 Cent, not Formula Go Shorty, it's your birthday. It was just Formula 50. Shit was flying off the shelves. Like when it first came out, it was going crazy. He did 1 or 2 real silent Instagram posts on his thing. He wasn't in big commercials putting his I'm 50 Cent. Remember, I got Pop 9 times face on the brand. And it went bananas. You could go anywhere, and people who probably their racist baseline at 7.3, who would never dream of putting money in 50 Cent's pockets.
Wasn't even thinking about him.
Wasn't even thinking about him. But they look at those Rap Snacks, they might buy the whole shelf just to throw them in the lake out back.
I agree with that too. I agree with that deeply. And I think that's another one of the issues. But I think that's kind of why, I think I might end up having to do this idea myself. But like in 10, 15 years.
Gotcha.
But I think like you just need a company who is whose thing is like, we sell black shit. If you want to buy from us, like that's what we sell. We're the one, we wholesale you the black shit. Because right now, there's so much, like I'm saying, like there's so much friction where like the Rap Snacks probably should be cheaper to produce than they are. But there's not like a good, like there's not like a good faith company like with some of these like these taco, like these, like okay, you know how there's like El Milagro here? Mm-hmm. El Milagro is never going to do something in bad faith for, like in terms of pricing when it comes to selling to these mom and pop stores in Chicago, because that's their livelihood, right? Mm-hmm. But when it comes to black products, they're always just a number. Like they're like, you have to sell them on the numbers of the Rap Snacks. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so like those Rap Snacks probably took venture capital dollars that honestly probably didn't even need. You just needed that back end of
capital,
it.
Sure, yeah.
But you just needed that back end of it, so now the chips is 20% higher than they should be. And now I'm still going to buy the Cheetos because the price difference is too much to bear for me for the Rap Snacks, even if I like them. Or they're just a little too expensive for me to try.
Right.
And that's what kind of makes me sad about the Rap Snack things. I always wonder, like, are we getting fucked just because, like, we're so entertainment focused and basketball focused? Not basketball, but you know what I mean, like sports focused and, like, just the way we look at, and like college focus, that we don't really think about like, oh shit, we like, if somebody was like, you know how the black community is, like if somebody was like, I'm gonna open up a laundromat, you would hear 10 people tell you why you shouldn't open up a laundromat without having no real knowledge about like anything to do with like the financials of it. Like, and I think that's the difference with our culture sometimes, is that like we're so nervous, I think, to not be able to have the basics, that we forget that like.
Well, it's supply and demand as well. Like that market, the potato chip market. Are you kidding me?
It's a crazy market to try to break into.
You're out of your mind. I mean, you can just look at.
I agree there too.
You could just look at the moves Elon Musk had to make to break into the car industry. Like it's. I mean, they've got to be not too far off.
No,
and
everybody
told him he was out of his mind. And when those Teslas first came out, they were like $1 billion, bro.
And they were catching on fire left and right.
Supply and demand. They was catching on fire. He had to stick to it. And luckily enough for him, he had a name that was catchy. It wasn't South African rich daddy boys. Electric cars, it was Tesla. You know what I mean? So you could fall, because you know what I see now a lot is people who own a Tesla and then have the bumper sticker that says Elon Musk can go suck an egg, but I still have a Tesla. Which is, do you know how powerful that is, bro? I've you know I got the podcast. I'm trying to be a social media presence, you yourself included. And when I see negative comments, honestly, I'm like, woo, engagement. I was like, somebody took the time to watch my entire video, feel negatively, and then still write something? Bless your heart. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? That makes me feel genuinely good. It's like winning an away game, and then you just shut down their audience, bro. You know,
it took me time to get to where you were at, because when they were calling me monkeys and niggas and this and the third, I was a little upset for the first few months. I was having a bad day. And next thing I hear is Siri in my face go, Mark 777 says, shut your dirty nigger ass up. I'm like, well, thanks, Mark.
I appreciate
What a
you.
great day I was having before you said something.
Thanks for snapping me back to reality, Mark. But no, I mean, I look at it, all publicity is good publicity. And somebody honestly not liking your stuff enough to sit down and use their thumbs, watch your whole thing, and then use their thumbs. That's asking a lot. Because I'll see like hundreds of whatchamacall, and people who like it don't leave a comment. So this person had to jump even more hurdles.
You're helping my skip rate, really. That's at least 2 views. I got at least 2 or 3 views while you was out there typing that comment.
Exactly. So, but like no, I don't remember where we were at. But those comments are everything negative. What were we talking about just now?
Black people, black owned business.
Yeah, black owned business. I want to get us to a level where, and look, if you want to have rap snacks, then by all means. But you're not gonna get to a level where you can make it. We was talking about Elon Musk, everything he had to go through to integrate into the car thing. That's generic. Rap snacks is niche. It's a niche market. Hey. Do I like rap? Yeah. Do I like snacks? Yeah. Do I like them both combined? Yeah. How many people are that, and where is that market gonna grow to?
And also, how do you build brands in that when you have so many people when you have folks who are gonna cycle in and out? Like rap is not like Lay's has the advantage that barbecue chips are always gonna be barbecue chips.
Because you know what Doritos, the brand, does? They play it smart. They get Ben Simmons and put him on the outside, which is the same as rap snacks, people.
Yeah.
They take somebody from hip hop culture, basketball, light skin, marketable face, throw them on the outside, and you're applying it to the exact same demo.
The thing is that these guys keep going. They keep going horizontal.
Yeah.
You got to go vertical.
Because it's not called rap snacks. It's called Cool Ranch Doritos, but it has the rap snacks logo on it.
Like, and then we went to rap snacks. Can Migos not do another chip? Yeah, I forget Migos is not a thing no more.
That's right.
The other day somebody was like, they're like, after the Passion of Takeoff, and I was like, oh god damn, I forgot that's why.
Sometimes you can.
I've been sitting around like, why the Migos ain't done something in a while?
Yeah, because every now and then I get that freestyle from was it Takeoff that passed?
Which one? I think Takeoff. Yeah, Offset and to Takeoff.
Yeah. So every now and then I get like a freestyle of his, and I was like, oh, buddy ass was cold. And by the way, for when it comes to like barbecue chips, they don't need to put any logo on that. We all know exactly who's marketing that, and I'm never gonna stop. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know, man, but now that you're on that wave, man, and you just won the gauntlet last night. How long you said you've been doing comedy again?
4 years. I started in 2021.
4 years, and you're still young, man, and you're taking off. Do me a favor, let the people at home know where they can find you on the socials, because you are popping, you busting out here.
At Tamir Bryant on everything, TikTok, Instagram, TamirBryant.com. Check it out and buy a T-shirt. I would really appreciate that.
Hell yeah, merch. Do you have any of your music still out there, or did you bury that?
It's kind of buried. If you look up 76 The Baptist in Google, you could probably find stuff that's out there still. Maybe like SoundCloud, YouTube. Yeah. All
right, and if you heard that, if you ever end up in a roast battle with Tamir, go find his music.
In the Raj, you got it. Oh fuck! I hope he doesn't.
That's a cheat code.
I hope he doesn't find out. Oh shit!
That's a cheat code. You tell it like yourself. But yo, this has been Real Rap Podcast again. If you like the conversation, please remember to hit the subscribe button. We post on a regular basis. Something should be coming out every day. I've been your host, Mike Knight. That's at Mike Knight on all the things. This has been the Real Rap Podcast with our guest today, Tamir. Peace.
Thank you for having me.